Okay, this is Monday's assignment page from last week, page 191 through 16 and 19 through 22. This is should be a review for the most part. I'll do the odds and we'll move on. Okay, number 1, 2x, 7x minus 3. Okay, so this would just be the distributive property. Multiply both of those out. 2 times 7 is 14. X times x is x squared. And then 2x times minus 3 would be minus 6x. And those don't add together because they're not like terms. So that's the end of that is it. Okay, number 3, a plus 6, a minus 4. Okay, this is kind of like the distributive property, but it's double distributive property. We call these FOIL problems. First, outside, inside, last. Multiply all 4 of those pairs. I'll give you your answer. The first is a times a, the first in both sets. A times a is a squared. Outside, a times minus 4. Think of that minus 4 as a negative 4. It would be negative 4a. Inside, 6 times a is positive 6a. And then the last would be 6 times negative 4, which is negative 24. And then on these problems, usually the middle 2 terms are like terms and they can add together. So we were multiplying up here, but after we're done multiplying, some of these can add together. Negative 4 plus 6 is 2. So we got a squared plus 2a minus 24. And none of those add together because they're not like terms. That's number 3. Number 5, x plus y, x minus 2y. Okay, so same thing, it's a FOIL problem. The first, in both parentheses, x times x. Outside, x times negative 2y. There is one negative, so it becomes negative, and then we usually put the number in front of the x and y. Usually I write these in alphabetical order, that way it doesn't have to be xy, it could be yx. Order of multiplication doesn't matter, but that's the way you normally do it. So on the inside, it's y times x. You could say it's yx, or you could say it's xy. It's the same thing. It's just easier to tell that these two are like terms when you have them in the same order. xy, xy. Okay, and then the last would be y times 2y, negative 2y. Y times y is y squared, so it's negative 2y squared. The middle 2 terms are going to add together. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. So it's x squared minus 1 xy minus 2y squared. That's number 5. Alright, number 7, c plus 3, c plus 3. So the first, c times c is c squared. Outside, 3 times c. Inside, 3 times c. And then the last, 3 times 3 is 9. Middle terms add together. C squared plus 6c plus 9. Number 9. says 4s minus 3 squared. Okay. Squared it means take the thing times itself, but it's not just 4s times 4s or 3 times 3. It's all of it times all of it. So really what this problem is, looks like that. And so it is a FOIL problem still. So the first, 4s times 4s is 16s squared. And then the outside, 4 times negative 3. 4s times negative 3 is negative 12s. Inside, negative 12s. Last, negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. These middle two terms are going to go together. 16s squared minus 12 minus 12 is down 12, down 12 is down 24. Minus 24s plus 9. So notice when we're adding these 12s's, minus 12s's, the exponent doesn't change. Okay, when you're multiplying the exponent up here, the exponent changes to like s squared sometimes, but not when you're adding. They stay the same. Okay, number 11, x plus 4y, 2x minus 3y. Okay, first, x times 2x. 2x squared. Outside, x times 3, negative 3y. Negative 3, I'm going to put the x in front of the y. You don't have to, but it's just easy if they all look the same. And then the inside is 4 times 2 is 8 times y times x, or times x times y. And then the last, 4 times negative 3, y times y squared. The middle two terms go together. They're both xy's. So I have 2x squared. Negative 3 plus 8 would be plus 5 xy. The end of that one. 13. Alright, this gets a little messier on 13. X plus 1, 5 to negative 6. Okay, this is not a FOIL problem because there are 3 terms in this second polynomial. So you can't do first outside. Really, all we're doing is kind of like the double distributive property. X needs multiplied times all 3 of these things in the parentheses, and the 1 needs multiplied times all 3 of these things. Okay, let's start with the x. If I do x times 5x squared, basically I have 3 x's multiplied together, so it's 5x cubed. The exponent just went up 1. Plus x times 2x plus x times minus 6. Okay, that's all the x's multiplied out. Now the 1 gets multiplied out. 1 times 5x squared is 5x squared, right? I could put that out here and just keep going like I've been. I'm going to stack it instead underneath, because these two are like terms, and it'll help me in the end to put the like terms, add the like terms together. 1 times 2x is 2x, positive, so plus. 1 times minus 6 is minus 6. So notice my x terms are stacked also. The minus 6 is by itself, the 5x cubed is by itself, there's nothing like that. So now I'm going to add my like terms. So 5x cubed is by itself. Whoops. 2 plus 5 is 7, x squared. Notice the exponents are not changing because 2 of these plus 5 of these is 7 of those. Same thing. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. And then the minus 6. So all these are different kinds of terms, so they're not going to simplify. This is the final answer there. 13. 15. Probably the same thing. A plus B. Did I write that right? Nope. There. Okay, same idea. A is going to get multiplied to all three of those, and B is going to get multiplied to all three of those. So A times A squared. Basically, we just add the exponents together. If this doesn't have an exponent, that means the exponent's a 1. So it's A cubed. Exponent just goes up 1, basically. A times minus AB would be minus A squared B, because we got two A's multiplied together. A times B squared, AB squared. Are these like terms right here? No. The A squared B and AB squared, on this one the A squared, on this one the B is squared, so they're not like terms. Okay, so I'm done multiplying the A out, now I need to multiply the B out on all these. So B times A squared, instead of putting B A squared, I'm going to put A squared B. And I'm going to, instead of putting it out here, I'm going to stack it. Because these are like terms. B times minus AB is minus AB squared. B times B squared is B cubed. Add like terms, A cubed by itself. Basically negative 1 plus 1 is 0, these cancel out. Plus, minus, the same thing, these cancel out. And plus B cubed. Nothing to cancel that out with. So, that would be it. Alright, there is no 17 actually, it jumps to 19. 7x plus 4y squared. So you might remember this from before, you just take the whole thing times itself. So 7x times 7x, 7 times 7 is 49, x times x squared. 7x times 4y, 7 times 4, times x times y. 4 times 7. Times y times x, or times x times y. And then 4 times 4 times y, y squared. Like terms will go together. 28 plus 28 is 56 plus 16y squared. Alright, that's number 19. Alright, 21, last one. 3a plus b, a minus 2b. Alright, so basically we could just, ordered multiplication doesn't matter, but we could just multiply that 3 out distributive property. So that would just be 3a plus 3b times a minus 2b. So now it's a FOIL problem again, just after we finish multiplying that first thing. So 3a times a, 3a times minus 2b minus 6ab. 3b times a is 3ab. You could say 3ba, doesn't matter. And then 3 times minus 2 times b times b. Okay, and again, our middle terms are going to go together. So it's 3a squared minus 6 plus 3 minus 3. Alright, that is it for that assignment. Actually, I don't know if I wrote this on RenWeb, but I did say 28 is a bonus back at, last week. So if you want to try 28 for bonus, you can do that.